Okay. And after this design, we are talking about fracture operation. So first we talk about the equipment setup. Okay, so if we have the wellhead here, okay, the the heart of the fractures job is blender and the transfer pump maybe. Okay, especially the blender. So we have water tank. It will provide the water from the station usually or from the river, and it will enter the transfer pump. Okay, and it will enter the blender, the mixer, where it will mix the chemicals and the propan. Okay, propan will enter the propan conveyor, will be stored in hopper, and it will go to the blender. It will mix, the blender will mix the chemicals, water, and the propan, and it will still in the low pressure line. It will enter the manifold. Okay, it will enter the manifold. Okay, and it will go to the frac pump. From the low pressure line, you can see the dashed arrow to the bolt arrow. It has high pressure line, high pressure after being pumped by the frac pump. And then of course it will go to the well. And after the operation, we will have flowback. Okay, stored in this tank. Right, and then this is the operation visualization. First, we have our well. Our well is ready. This is our reservoir. This is our perforation. Okay, first we pump thin fluid. Okay, thin fluid is pumped down the well. Maybe it's water or maybe slick water. Okay, fluid with low viscosity, relatively low viscosity. We inject thin fluid. Okay, and we fill the well bore with the thin fluid, usually slick water or linear gel. It will initiate the fracture. It will reduce the friction, especially in the tubing and in the perforation. And at the same time, it will cool down the hot formation and keep fracture fluid viscosity high. Okay, to cool down the formation, the reservoir. And then it continues. Okay, still thin fluid, slick water with linear gel. Now it enhanced the fracture dimension. When talking about the fracture dimension, I mean height, width, and length at the same time. And fracture will continue growing and propagating. And now we will use crosslink gel fluid. Why? Because now we will transport the propan. So we create crosslink gel in the surface and we pump it down the hole. It is staged from low to high propan concentration. Okay, so that the low concentration will be accumulated here, and we will have the highest concentration here. Okay, because the low concentration will go first and it will accumulate it here. Okay, that's the logic. And we place propan as per pumping schedule to obtain the desired conductivity. So the pumping schedule is actually the table I said before. That's called pumping schedule. Okay, so we place the propan as per pumping schedule to obtain desired conductivity. And the well bore is fulfilled with the propan. Okay, please be careful so that we avoid screen out. So if we have screen out, the propan will accumulate it here and it will totally plug the well bore so that we cannot add more propan and we cannot achieve the fracture. That's called screen out. Okay, the propan is screen out. Okay, we end, we cannot continue. But if we can continue, then it will be like this. Again, we use crosslink gel fluid. Again, it's staged from low to high propan concentration. Like this one, now the propan will enter the fracture. Again, continue again. Okay, and now the propan has been placed as per pumping schedule. And then what happened? Then we flush. Okay, we flush the well bore using water or KCl water or silic water or low gel loading fluid to displace the propan from the well bore to fracture. Okay, we don't want propan accumulation inside the well bore when we produce the well. And please make sure we under displace. Okay, under displace to keep the fracture conductivity at perforation phase. Why under displace? So that the propan pack will stay here. Okay, if you over displace, then the propan in this zone will be pushed farther into the reservoir, and we will lose our propan in this zone. It is called choke propan. Okay, in this zone if you over displace the propan. So please make sure you displace, you under displace, so that you will still have propan pack in the same phase, on the same phase. Okay, and again we will shut in the well. We allow fracture to close. Okay, so fracture will close due to the gel break and fluid leak off. Okay, so as you can see, we use breaker, so the gel will break, so the gel and the polymer will loss into the reservoir, and at the same time fracture will close but not totally close. Okay, breaker is set to break 2 to 3 hours after fracturing job. Okay, 2 to 3 hours after fracturing job, and closure will fully close around 3 hours after job. So usually we shut in the well for 5 to 6 hours after the fracturing job. Okay, we just shut in and we allow all the gel to break and all the fluid to loss into the reservoir. So now we will have clean propan pack, clean propan bed inside the fracture. And lastly, we clean up. Okay, we produce the well. We recover the polymer, the remaining polymer, to avoid formation damage due to unbroken gel, and we initiate production. Please be advised that we will start from small rate and then ramp up the rate, and we clean up the well bore. So we have now clean propan pack like this one, a clean quote unquote dry propan pack to provide high productivity for our well. And you can see if we have clean or quote unquote dry, it is like this. It will give high conductivity. But if your gel is unbroken, then it will be like this. Okay, still you will have low permeability, low conductivity in this zone because of the gel. Okay, that's why we desire the gel to be broken by the breaker, and we clean up to recover the remaining gel. Okay, and then the operation history like this one, this will be the result of our operation, the monitoring during the operation. We start from the patch stage. Okay, patch stage no propan. Okay, patch stage no propan. As you can see, the surface concentration of the propan, the purple line is 0. So we have clean fluid here in patch stage. Okay, this light blue line is actually surface flow rate, and this one the pressure. So we have steady rate and steady pressure. It is important in order to have good fracture geometry, but with 0 propan concentration. We usually use this one. We call it sand slug. Okay, it is a short period of time where we inject propan. Why? To clean the perforation. We call it sand slug. To clean the perforation from dirts, from restriction, so that now after fracturing job we can have a relatively smooth operation. So this short interval, we inject propan at low concentration to clean the perforation, to clean the well bore, so that the fluid and the propan can enter the reservoir well properly. And after 20 minutes of bed stage, we enter the slurry stage. We inject the propan and we increase the concentration. You can see the staircase of the propan concentration, right? We increase the concentration, but at the constant flow rate. All right. And we continue to increase the concentration as per our pumping schedule. And after that, we flush. Again, when we flush, it means zero propan concentration. Okay. And after that, shut in. Okay. That's quite straightforward. And during the fracturing operation, we do fracturing pressure analysis.